I divorced, okay, I don't have a spouse, or if I have a spouse, but this year I divorced and or I separate with my common law partner, then I lost that credit, right? Then I lost that credit. For the single mom or single father, then before when they have a marriage, so they have a spouse and the common law partner amount. But when they are divorced, they don't have a spouse, so they lost that credit. So in this case, they are not fair for them. Okay, not fair for them. So the CR and the income tax law is fairness. You know, every law, the very basic idea is fairness. Okay, fairness. And if you have a benefit, then let the poor people get more benefit. The rich people, they get less benefit or no benefit at all. So that's the fairness. They try to balance society, and they try to keep everybody living in peace life. So, and also when they make law, the law is fairness, fair to everybody. Okay, so you keep in your mind is fairness. So the eligible dependent is for the person without for the taxpayer. Okay, for the taxpayer without the spouse and the common law partner, but they have dependent. Okay, they have a dependent. For example, and that I have a girl. Okay, in my previous class, I think it's 2 years ago, she never married. Okay, she never married, and she lived with her mom, only mom. Okay, no father. I don't know, father is divorced or father is passed away. Anyway, she lived with her mother. So when she do the tax return, she can put her mother is eligible dependent because she doesn't have a spouse. So doesn't have a spouse. So her mom is her eligible dependent. Okay, and also single mother. Okay, then the mother, she has a children or child or one child or children, 3 children, 2 children, whatever. Okay, she has a children or child, then she can designate one child, only one child. Okay, is for eligible dependent, only for one child. Why only for one child? You said this is single mother, she has 3 children, so 3 children, so 3 kids, so 3 children she only can design one. Why can design one? That's the 3 all qualified, but only can design one. Because I said, you keep in your mind, the eligible dependent is equivalent that spouse. So your spouse is only one, right? Your spouse common law is only one. So eligible dependent is only one. Okay, you cannot make too much. If you have a 3 or 4 something, then it's not fairness. It's still not fairness. Okay, so fairness. So that she can design one is eligible dependent. Then my question is, if she has a 3 kids, if that a single mother, you have 3 kids, you said you can design one is eligible dependent. So who is the benefit? So 3 children, one is 15, one is 15, one is 10, one is 6. So which one you design for the single mother? You make choice, single mother. Which one is better? Pick the 3, which one is 16 years old, 10 years old, 6 years old. Which one is better?
The youngest, ma'am.
The youngest one. Why? You tell me why. Is anybody know? I agree with you. Totally agree with you. It's the youngest. My answer is youngest. So now I ask you why. You have idea why?
Because there's more expenses that you can claim, like childcare.
No, it's not. We are not talking about childcare. Okay, we're not talking about childcare.
No, we're talking about why is the youngest one the most qualified?
It's all
right?
qualified.
Eligible and no, but your question was why is the youngest most qualified, right? Like eligible.
No, it's more benefit. More benefit.
Okay,
because
more benefit.
All three is qualified. Okay, all three, because she has like I said, she has 3 kids. So the 3 kids, she only can design one is eligible dependent. Okay, only can design one. But who is the beneficial? The three all qualified. So you pick one. So you pick, then the student says, pick one is beneficial. So my question is why? You give me reason why you pick a youngest one, not pick the oldest one, elder one. Because like I said, eligible dependent, that's the credit, right? So that's credit, that's all credit is reduced by what? Reduced by the person's net income. The person you claim the net income. So that's 16 years. 16 years old, the one, probably she has net income, right? 16 years old, she probably has net income because she like 16, she probably she do the babysitting or she cut glass or something. She has she has net income, or she or he has net income. So they reduced the net income must be subtracted, so you get less. So for the youngest one is 6 years old. So 6 years old, definitely that she doesn't have any income. Okay, that's the one reason. Another reason is when there's a 16, you claim only you claim only 2 years or only 2 years. Then you have to change. After 2 years, the 16 for 18, then if he or she is healthy, so she's not able for your dependent now. She's independent. So when she's independent, you cannot claim him. So you still need to change. So for but for youngest one is you can claim the longer time. Then you keep your tax return consistently. Okay, when the CRA editing, they don't need they say okay, last year is they let you pass. Then this year the same information, he didn't pay more attention. Otherwise, you change the person, probably the CRA need take a look again. Okay, take a look again, editing, and that's the reason. But the main reason is the elder one, they have a net income. Okay, the elder one, they have a chance to get net income. If it's this year not no net income, the next year 17, definitely they have a net income. So that's the one. Another thing is a student asked me, they said the single mother. Okay, the some case is a single mother, and the single mother, they deal with her mother. Like I said, live with the mother. He have 3 children, and they have a mother live together. So the eligible dependent. So can you just apply her mom is eligible dependent?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, yes, it's qualified. It's qualified, but now she has 4 choice. So pick a mom or pick one of 3, right? The 3 child is the 3 children. So 3 children. So they have a 4 choice, mom and the 3 children. So which one is the best? So the best one to pick. Which one? So the best. So still
I
the young
stick with the child, ma'am. I'd stick with the child.
Yeah, so the only youngest one will be better. But when the youngest one is older, then if the mom doesn't have any income, then probably it's this mom. But usually the mom has an income. At least you have old age security, right? The old age, usually the senior, they have income. Old age security is the income, right? And over 65. But if your mother is only come to Philippines is less than 10 years, so mother don't have income, then then you can pick a mother. But I tell you, you can put a mother, if your mother is unhealthy, you can put the mother on another item. I will tell you. So in this case, it's better. But now I only talk to eligible dependent. So the eligible dependent is you pick the youngest one, okay? The first thing is you keep in your mind, the eligible dependent. You keep in your mind, the eligible dependent is only you don't have a spouser. Okay, you don't have a spouser, so its equivalent amount is a spouser. You cannot have 2. You have a spouser's amount, you have eligible dependent amount. No, nobody have a both. If you have a both, then that means it's loss of fairness. Okay, it's a loss of fairness. So you only pick one. You only pick one. So spousal amount and eligible dependent amount. So now my question, is anybody need of them? I don't have, is any taxpayer? I don't have a spousal amount and I don't have an eligible dependent amount. Is it in some case?
So there's nothing to file, ma'am.
Yeah, they both don't have this credit. So I said, like listen to my question. I said, spouse's amount and the eligible dependent amount is equivalent. Okay, you only can pick one. You cannot have both. There's nobody in Canada. They have both that credit. Both have eligible dependent and have a spouse amount. They have both. No, okay, because I said eligible dependent amount is set up is fairness. For some people, they are no spousal and common law partner. There's no spousal and common law partner, so they give them another credit is called eligible dependent amount. But that means you only can have one. You cannot have a both. Then my question is anybody they have a need of them? So they don't have a spousal amount, they don't have an eligible dependent amount. Is anything existed here? Or must be the one? You have idea? Is anybody they don't have an eligible dependent and they don't have a spousal amount? So is it anybody? They need of them. They don't have. So I tell you yes. For example, is your son or your daughter 18 years or 20 years old? They not married. Okay, they're not married. So they don't have both. They don't have eligible dependent and they don't have a spouse because they are not married and don't have a common law partner. Okay, like my elder daughter, so she is 23 years old. Then she's in university. Then she never married, so she lived with me. Okay, she live with me, live in our family, live with me. So she do her own tax return. So she doesn't have a common law partner. He doesn't have a spouse and a common law partner. Then she doesn't have eligible dependent. She cannot claim my is her eligible dependent because we live, even she live with me. The one thing is I have my husband and me, we are claim spousal amount each other. Okay, we are claim spousal amount each other. So she cannot claim because I already be claimed. I already be claimed by my husband. Then my daughter cannot claim me as her dependent. So the another rule, okay? Another rule is the income tax has another rule. Another rule is this person only can be claimed once. Only can be claimed once. So you cannot, like if my husband claim me is a spouser, then my daughter cannot claim me is eligible dependent. Even she live in with me, we are living for one family. So she same address, so she cannot claim me. Okay, because I am already spouser of my husband. So that's the one thing. Okay, the one thing. Another thing, even I'm eligible, but even I'm qualified, but my income is over. Okay, my income is reduced by my net income. So my net income is definitely over 1,300. No, 13,000. 13,800. That's the over that amount. Okay, so that's the same thing is $13,808. So my income is over that. So even you claim even she claim me, even I'm qualified, she claim me, it doesn't help her. So no, she cannot get anything. Okay, so this the things. That means you keep in your mind. Eligible dependent is the person without spouse and common law partner. Okay, that's the one thing. Another thing is when you claim that person, then that person only you claim him or her. Then nobody can claim him or her. Like for example, you only have a child. Okay, you only have one child, one son. Then this husband and the wife they divorced. So only one can claim this child is eligible dependent. Okay, only one. If the mother, they usually is the child live with who? If the child live with mother, then the mother can claim. But the father cannot claim the child is eligible dependent. They cannot both claim because the one person only be claimed can only be claimed once. You cannot claim twice. Okay, you cannot. Father claim that the son is eligible dependent, and the mom can claim eligible dependent. No. Okay. I think I need. I already talking. So I need show my slide. My slide have a problem. I cannot make bigger. So is anybody can see that slide? Amount for eligible dependent is clear?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Yeah, I try to make it bigger, but today it's still problem. Then after the break, I'm trying to get that better. Okay, so that amount for eligible dependent is 78, line 78. So the formal number is 30400. Claim this amount at any time in the year. You support eligible dependent and and their net income, that's including net income is line 23600 of their income, okay, of their return, or the amount would be if if they file the return and less than 13,808, that means they reduce by the net income. Okay, so if their net income is over $13,808, then they won't get any amount for that. Okay, they reduce. I said every credit they reduce by the person you claimed. That's net income. And this one is says, but we claim that person is okay, for $13,808. But this one is the person is healthy. If the person is not healthy, the same thing is a spousal. If it's not healthy, then you add up 2,295. The same thing, okay, 2,295. So it comes to $16,103. So is this amount? Then this amount reduced by the person with his or her net income. So you keep in your mind, if the person has infirm, or if it's infirm, or if it's disabled, then they add up 2,295. Okay, and if you have not claimed this amount for 303 is a spousal and a common law partner amount. This says if you have not claimed amount for on your return on line 303, you may be able to claim this amount for one dependent at any time in the year. You meet all the following conditions at once. Okay, following condition we can see. This says, okay, keep in mind, this says if you have not claimed that amount for 30300. 30300 is a sponsor, a common law partner. That means if you don't claim sponsor and common law partner amount, then you can claim this amount. Okay, that's I tell you. If you have a common law partner or sponsor, you cannot claim this amount. Okay, then you may able to claim. That's you might able. It's not definitely. If you don't have a spouse and common law partner, you definitely can claim this one. No, you may able. Like I said, is if you're single. If you are single and you don't have it, you were never married, you don't have a child, then you don't have a spouse or common law partner, and you don't have an eligible dependent partner either. So you don't have a both. Okay, this says you may be able to claim. Okay, then next one, you do not have a spouse or common law partner. Okay, that's the qualification. You don't have a spouse or common law partner. If you did, then you will not live with, support with, or being supported by that person. If you have, but you are not supported by that person, that means your spouse or not. Your spouse is not claimed is your spouse or common law partner. Okay, if you are not supported by your spouse, and you support the dependent, you have a supported dependent in 2021. Okay, then you live with the dependent. Okay, you lived with the dependent in most cases in Canada. In the home you maintained it. You cannot claim this amount for the person who only visited you. Okay, like says that if you're single and your mom is from Philippines, they only visited you. You cannot claim. You said, yeah, I'm single. I don't have a common law partner. I don't have a spouser, so I can claim my mother. But my mother is just visited me. So no, I tell you, every credit is for resident. Okay, every credit is only for resident. If it's non-resident, you cannot get you cannot get that. Okay, you cannot get that credit. Keep in your mind. So you cannot claim the person who was only visited you. In addition, at the time you net at the time you met the above condition, the dependent must also be neither your parents or grandparents by brother, marriage, common law partner. So you claim that eligible dependent. You claim that eligible dependent only by brother. You can claim your parents or grandparents by brother or marriage. That means your father-in-law, mother-in-law is by marriage, okay, or common law partners, common law partnership, or adoption. The adoption, you can claim, you adopt a child, can claim that the child is your eligible dependent. And your child, grandchild, okay, your child, grandchild, and the brother, sister by brother, okay, or marriage. So your sister-in-law, brother-in-law, this all directly, okay, the directly ancestor or directly this that directly, okay, there's no auntie uncle involved, okay, like say adoptions or under 18 of years had impair or under 18 of years, or if you impairment, then the impairment or physical mental function, then over 18 years old is okay, still dependent. Okay, still if they have impairment in mental and physical problem, then they still is over 18 is still okay. Otherwise, for the health children is much under 18. So you says this restricted by strict line, the blood strict line. You cannot be auntie, uncle, nephew, and nephew. You cannot claim. Okay, even. But if for auntie, uncle, and nephew is especially for nephew. If your nephew, you can do adoption, right? If nephew, they don't have the father and the mother pass away, or father, you don't have a father, mother, then you can adopt that nephew is your child. Then you can claim. Okay, then you can claim. So, but if only nephew and niece, you cannot claim. Okay, only a sister, brother, or your child, and parents and grandparents. Okay, this one. So for eligible dependent. Okay, eligible dependent. Eligible dependent, they have another rule, is eligible dependent claim amount for be eligible to claim be eligible to claim the amount for eligible dependent. The taxpayer must at some time in the year, maybe neither not married or not live in common law partnership, or married or live in common law partnership but live separately and apart, and neither support or not support by his and her spouse and common law partner. What is called support? Support, that means they have a two meaning. Support, that means not paying support payment. Okay, you already married or you separate. Okay, you live in common law partnership, but now it's separate. Because we said separate is you need a count for common law partner. Separate, you need to count 90 days. So within 90 days, we still can call spouser and common law partner. But in this case, because you are separate, you have a choice, and you claim a spousal amount or you claim dependent amount. If you claim spousal amount, then if you claim, you cannot claim this amount. If you not claim spousal amount, then you claim eligible dependent amount. Okay, so in 2020, some people in 2021 they divorced, like you divorced at August. So from January to August, you have a spousal, but from September to December, you don't have a spousal. So in this case, you have a choice. The one choice is you can claim spousal amount. Then you won't claim eligible dependent. Or you can claim eligible dependent. You don't claim spousal amount. Okay, whatever is better for you. Whatever is better for you. So the best is you look up the net income, right? So if your spouse's net income is high, then you claim eligible dependent is a child. That's benefit. But in this case, they says in this case they says you are not being supported by his and her spousal common law partner. But in this case, if you claim eligible dependent, that means you don't get any support, spousal support from your ex. From ex, then you can claim. Then you can claim eligible dependent. Okay. Otherwise, your support, that's neither support nor being supported by his or her spousal partner. Then that means, okay, so, and this means that the taxpayer who get married or start living in common law partner in the year may be eligible to claim that amount for the part of year during which they were still single. That's because this amount, like I said, because this amount is whole amount, you cannot separate. The whole amount is $13,808. So you cannot separate. So, but this says the taxpayer who get married or start living a partner. So if you get married in 2021, so you do the tax return in 2021, or you qualify for that common law partner in 2021, you still can claim eligible dependent or spouse amount. You pick one. You have a choice. Okay, that's what this says. Or divorce or separate. I will explain to you, or divorce in 2021 or separate in 2021. However, anyone who is married or living partner or living common law partner and live together throughout the entire year is not eligible. So if you through a whole year you have a common law partner or you're married, then you only have a spousal and the common law partners amount. You won't able to claim that eligible dependent is only part of year you get married, or part of year you divorced in 2021. Then you can have a choice. You have a choice. You pick a spousal and common law partner, or you eligible dependent. Okay, then you just whichever is good for you. And the claimed amount for eligible dependent is restricted to the following relatives. So the child or parents of taxpayer and the taxpayer spouse and common law partner. That's I said the child or dependent or parents of your taxpayer. Then another is directly line. That I said is directly line descent or ancestor. Okay, descent and ancestor of taxpayers or of taxpayers, spousal and common law partner. For example, is grandchild and great grandchild and grandparents and great grandparents. That's a direct line. Okay, direct line descent or ancestor or spouse or common law partners, direct line descent or ancestors, like the sister, brother. Okay, you can claim. And if the sister brother is if sister brother is the is single, they don't have spouse and common law partner. They are under 18 years old, or they older 18 years old, but they have impairment. Okay, they have impairment. You still can claim brother and sister. The brother and sister of taxpayers or taxpayer spouses common law partner. So this one, I think this kind of little bit, you have to pay attention, little bit confusion, okay? The spouse and common law partner of brother and sister taxpayer, because the relatives such as auntie, such as uncle, auntie, nephew, and niece are not listed. Okay, are not listed, are not including. That I said direct line. So auntie, uncle, and niece, nephew is not including that. Okay, are not listed. So that means that you cannot claim under you cannot claim under this amount for that eligible dependent preventions unless they fell under that extending mean of child parents discussed earlier. That means if your child nephew and niece, if your nephew and niece you adopt your nephew and niece, then your nephew and niece is your child, then you can claim. Okay, and also you be adopted to your uncle auntie, then your uncle auntie is feel your parents, something like that. Then he said feel a child or parents in this one. Your uncle auntie feel your child, and your niece nephew feel your child, then you can claim. Okay, and otherwise you cannot claim. Okay, then another special rule, keep in your mind, is eligible dependent. Is one claim per house. Okay, one claim per house. What one claim per house? Although that taxpayer is not required to be only one who maintains that dwelling in which both he or she and the dependents live. Only one claim per dwelling can be made for this amount. For example, if two sisters both divorced and living together in same house, then they each has supporting one child. Then only one of the sisters is entitled to claim that amount for eligible dependent. So that's what mean is one claim per household. So if both sister is all single mother, okay, the sister is both single mother, then the elder sister have a child, and the youngest sister and have their own child, her own child. So, but they share same house. So because the two sisters is all qualified, to claim eligible dependent, but they only can one claim. Okay, only one can claim because they share one house. They share one household, the same address. Keep in your mind, the same address. So if they are share one house, only one can claim. The other one they lost claim. For solve this problem, then you just rent the separate one. Okay, leave the separate that different address. That's okay. You just give, then you don't share that one house. It's only you just leave that you rent that different house. The small house you still uh you you still save your money. Okay, so in this case, but if you still there's two sisters, they share one house, they are both qualified to claim eligible dependent. Only one can claim. Okay, because one claim per household. The taxpayer may not claim the amount for eligible dependent for any child for him, she or he is required to make child support payment except in the year of separation and reconciliation. Okay, so except in year of separation or conciliation, that would I said in the year you separate, or the year you get back together, or the year you married. For this case, consideration is you get back together. For this one is you can claim. I said you can pick one. You can claim eligible dependent, or you can claim spousal amount. This you can claim, but if there's for whole year, so you don't. If for a whole year, then you don't have a spousal, then you can claim. You don't have a spousal, then you can claim eligible dependent. But keep in your mind, if you make a support payment, you cannot claim. Okay, and only the person receives support payment, they don't pay support payment, then you can claim that. Okay, because child support is already give you a deduction, then you won't get that credit for that. Okay, so taxpayer, you may not claim that amount for eligible child, for the eligible dependent, to any child for whom you required to make for whom you are required to make child support payment. So that means if you make support payment, or you be required to make support payment, you cannot claim this child is your eligible dependent. Okay. If during the year both taxpayer and another person were required to make child support payment for the same dependent, and as a result of this rule, then no one could claim this amount. So sometimes they both, okay, sometimes there's both husband, they both ex-husband and ex-wife, they make support payment. If both make support payment, they both cannot claim eligible dependent. Okay, then both, even you said I don't have a spouse, so I don't have a spouse, but if you make support payment, you lost. Okay, you lost. Anyone. So if you both make a support payment, then they both cannot claim eligible dependent. Okay. Then agreement may be made to allow neither of you make a claim if the partner cannot agree. So like this one, okay. The another thing is when the people they divorce, or when the people they separate, they have you divorce, you go to court, then we have a court order, right? The court order usually state who is claim this amount, who is supposed to pay child care, pay the child support, who pays child support, then who claim the child, who has the custody of the child, and who, if you have a custody of the child, then then you don't make child support, then you are eligible to claim this amount. So usually the court order, they state who is claimed, or in separate statement. separation statement. So the separation statement, states that who claim that eligible dependent that amount. If there's no if there's no if the court order or support payment, they are not mentioning who can claim this amount, then they are both party. Okay, husband, ex-husband, and wife, or partner, common law partner. Then they can discuss. They discuss who claim eligible dependent. Okay, so if they cannot agree, they said, I want claim eligible dependent, and that ex-husband said, I want claim eligible dependent, then the CRA will says, none of you can claim, because only one can claim. If you not reach agreement, then none of you, okay, both cannot claim. And that means only one can claim. So so clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions for eligible dependent?
Yeah,
Any
I just have a clarification.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I'm a little bit confused. Like
Mhm.
example, if you have two kids, 11 and 8 years old, so you can only claim one kid,
Yes.
or
You only can claim one. You cannot claim two.
okay.
Why? Why? I tell you. Why I tell you? Because I says, you keep in your mind, because I says eligible dependent is equivalent than the spouse amount. So your spouse only one, then eligible dependent only pick one. Okay? It's not eligible dependents. Eligible dependent, only one. Pick one. Okay? So you normally they pick a youngest one.
So like if you're both not separated, you cannot claim the eligible dependent, only the spousal amount.
If separate, okay, if it's separate, then that if the husband or the wife pay the child support, so who pays the child support? Who lost that the power to claim?
So if
they
you're both together, living together, no one can claim the eligible dependent for the kids.
If they live together,
Yeah.
if live together, they can claim
The spousal amount only?
Yeah, spouse amount. So no one can claim both. Okay.
Okay.
No one can spousal and common law partner amount. Okay. So if you for your two child, if they for the two children, if you have a two children, then if the husband is if the two children, okay, if the couple have a two children, then the husband they pays child support, but even they pay child support, but they not claim child support, because child support, like I said, the child support is deduction, right? They have a deduction. I show you child support is here. So the child support, they have a deduction. Do you no, the child support, you have to put here. The deduction is here. Child support is here. Business.
Is it line 38?
38. No, that's the child care expenses. It's not that. That's the support. Is the support one here. Line 42. Line 42 is the support payment. Do you remember that day I said? That's the total support, and this one is the allowable deduction is spousal support. Okay, the child support is not deducted, but but spousal support it could be deducted. So it's here, so that if you pays, some people like for example they divorced in 2021, then you paid 3,000 for the spouse support, then you have a choice. You put the 3,000 here, then the deduction. Okay, 3,000 because 3,000 is keep in your mind is spouse support, is not child support. Child support is not deductible. Is spouse support. Like for example, you paid 8,000, so 8,000 is 6,000. 6,000 is go to child support. So total is 8,000. So only this one is 2,000. 2,000 is spouse support. Total 8,000. If you put 2,000 here, that means they will see. CR will say, okay, 6,000 is child support. They will know that. Okay, 6,000 is child support. So if you deduct 2,000 spouse support, then you won't able to claim that spouse amount. Spouse amount is credit. Is page 5. That spouse amount, I already go through that one. Okay, 76. 76 is spouse and the common law amount. So you won't able to claim spouse and common law amount because you have a choice because you're divorced in 2021. Okay, so you can claim spousal amount, but you don't put that 2,000 in that line. Okay, so your 2,000 is, if you have a 2,000 in there, you forget. Okay, you forget, you don't put 2,000 any number here, then you can claim spousal amount because you're part of them, you have a spousal. Okay, so in 2021, if you divorce or if you get married, then you have a two choice. You claim spousal amount or you claim that deductions. Okay, deductions. So that's special for the people they get married or divorced in that tax year 2020. That's if you put the spousal deduction, if you put a support payment like this one, okay, support payment like 42. If you put support payment, then they will say, like say for example, total payment is 8,000. Okay, total payment, like I said, total payment is 8,000. Then spouses pay support is 2,000 could be deducted. Then they will say, okay, so 6,000. See, if I say that return, I will say 6,000 is child support. So if 6,000 is child support, then you won't. If you not claim spousal amount, you still cannot claim eligible dependent. You said I cannot, like I said, you paid spousal payment, so you cannot claim spouse amount. But you still cannot claim eligible dependent because you have a support payment. When you pay support payment, you cannot claim eligible dependent. Okay, so but if you don't have a support payment or you pay the support payment, but you don't put any amount here. So you just you don't put any amount here. So you possible can claim eligible dependent, like if you have a two child. Okay, if you have a two children, then ex-wife pick up one claim, then another one is husband can claim, right? They can claim another one. But if you have two, only have one child, then is only one can claim. If you have two, probably you were thinking the ex-wife claim one, then the ex-husband can claim another one. Okay, but this one is share custody. That means there's two child, part of year live with father and part of year live with mother. They share custody. If there's a two child, all stay with mother, then not stay with father. So the father still cannot claim. Okay, still cannot claim. It's only the child live with you. They have a custody, live with you. If not with you, live with you, you cannot claim. Okay, That's the one thing. Any questions for that? I know the eligible dependent, they have lots of confusion. And then when I teaching, there's teaching all the class, there's lots of confusion. That's the things, okay? Another thing, let's come to schedule 5. Another thing, like I said, if your child, if you claim eligible dependent, then your these dependent, they are not healthy. They have a physical and mental, the physical and the mental function, okay, functions all disabled. Then they get extra. Then they get the extra credit. So the extra credit is the same, is 2,298. So let's see here, line 304, amount for eligible dependent. Okay, the amount for eligible dependent, because we have a pick. This one is the dependent. We already put the dependent. Okay, they will fill up, automatically fill up. So it's not like that spouser. So the spouser, do you remember the spouse? Do you remember the spouser? I have to put the 2,295 manually. But this one, for the eligible dependent, they just automatically fill up. Okay, automatically fill up. Because you are, when you are independent, when you're dependent, then you put here, like for example, Sarah is your daughter, but you can, you just put the infirm or disabled. They automatically fill up for you. Okay, automatically fill up for you. So but spouser, you have to do the manually. So this one was when you see eligible dependent, when you put eligible dependent is unhealthy, they will automatically fill up for you. Then automatically add that 2,295. You don't need to add manually. Okay, they will add automatically as long as you put the child is infirm or disabled, they will automatically give to you. Okay, so this one is 2,295. They give to you, and also you see they subtract line 4. It's the same thing. The dependence net income. Subtract line 4. Subtract the dependence net income. The same thing is a spouser. Okay, it's just you don't need to put manually. It's 2,295. Another thing, okay, line 30425. 30425 is Canada caregiver amount for spouse, common law partner, and eligible dependent, age 18 or older. Okay, only age 18 or older. So if eligible dependent is over 18 years old, then I said over 18 years old, they must be infirm. Otherwise, if it's healthy, reach to 18, then is independent, not your dependent anymore. Okay, it's independent. So that's independent is dependent. That's your dependent is age 18 over, then your child or your parents is your eligible dependent. Then the caregiver, Canada caregiver amount, like I said, caregiver amount is only for the person. So caregiver amount is only for the person they have infirm or disabled. If it's healthy, there's no caregiver amount. Okay, no caregiver amount. If your spouser is infirm, for example, if your spouser is infirm, then you get credit for extra credit for here is 2,295. Okay, that's give you more. And also you get a caregiver amount. Also you get caregiver amount here. Caregiver amount, then the maximum is 7,000 some credit, but they still reduce their net income. Okay, they still reduce net income. But if their net income is 25,000, then you won't get anything. But if your net income is 20,000, you still get 4,000 something. Okay, this says maximum is 7,000. So if your like say if your spouse and the common law partner or your eligible dependent is 10,000, net income is 10,000, then you this one 10,000, then you got 14,000 here. So the 14,000, so maximum is 7,000. Okay, so maximum is 7,000. So you only can get the maximum is 7,000. If you got 20,000, then you won't get. If net income is 20,000, then you only get 4,000. So maximum is 7,000 for caregiver. So caregiver amount is only for the people is unhealthy. If it's healthy, then you won't get it. Okay, that's the eligible dependent, age 18. Then we just take a break. I don't want to give you more things, make you confusion. Then I will take, then some student will tell me, how about you said eligible dependent is age 18. How about I have that dependent is younger than 18, but they are infirm. Okay, you said caregiver amount for spouser and the common law partner or eligible dependent age 18 or older. So age 18 or older is I said a caregiver amount is infirm, okay, or disabled. That infirm disabled must 18 years and older, you put here. But if I have the child is younger than 18 years old and he or she is infirm, then you can claim, still can claim, but not in this line. I will show you in other line. So now we close to 10 o'clock. I want you to take a break because I don't want to make any confusion. I know this very, very confusion. Then I will, after I explain that today, then I will give you example for the bank guy. Okay, the guy is for the bank. The one is working at the bank. They just called me last Friday even. She got editing. Okay, she got editing from CRA. The CRA, she makes some, she do CRA come to her. Okay, then I will ask you everybody. Say, you will say she did it right or wrong or something. Okay, I want you to explain that. So, but when I finish whole things, okay, when I finish whole things, then I will ask, then this is what she asked me. Then I want, if I finish this, I want you can answer that question. If you're good, okay, if you're good enough, then you can answer that question for her. This is the one. So I'm only come to line 30425, schedule 5. Okay, that's the schedule 5 for all the so today I'm only talking to schedule 5. So if you have a question, if you're still confused, try to ask me question. Okay, then you make it clarify your concept. Or,
yeah, I have a question.
Yeah,
sorry.
So after 10 o'clock, we'll take break, okay? We take break after 10 o'clock, just ask me question. So all the questions is welcome. So the question is help you to understand the better clarification. So the concept, I know this concept very confused. For the student, if you still have confused, then I'm going to repeat in this week, going to repeat the last time. So until you get it. At least 5 times. If you still cannot get it, then I have no that idea how I can let you get it. Okay. But now so far, if you still cannot get it, it's no problem. Okay, let's take a break. I'm going to see you 10:15. Everybody.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Alexa, stop.